Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping right into a topic that really affects all of us now, cybersecurity.
It definitely does. It's everywhere.
Right. So our mission here is to, cut through some of the confusion, maybe define what cybersecurity really is,
Mm,
and then look at some, frankly, pretty striking cyber attacks in the last year or so, 2024, 2025.
yeah.
They really highlight why this is so critical.
Absolutely. Some really significant incidents.
Yeah, and just so you know, all the insights we're drawing on today, they come from these excerpts called Cybersecurity Essentials and Recent Attacks.
Good stuff. Very clear overview and some compelling example.
Totally. So the goal is really just to give you, the listener, a shortcut. Get you well informed on this, maybe with some surprising facts, practical takeaways, things that stick.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Okay, let's unpack this. What exactly is cybersecurity? I mean, we hear the word all the time,
Right.
but what does it actually mean, especially for someone who kind of follows this stuff?
Well, at its core, cybersecurity is the practice of protecting computers, networks, applications, data, all the digital stuff.
Protecting it from what?
From digital attacks, unauthorized access, damage, basically anything malicious online.
Okay.
So it involves like tools, technologies, but also strategies. It's about having a plan to secure systems from, well, hackers, viruses, all those kinds of cyber threats.
So it's more than just antivirus software then?
Oh, much more. It's a whole mindset, really, a continuous process because the threats are always evolving.
Okay, that makes sense. So beyond the definition, let's get into the why. Why should you, listening right now, really care? What are the actual stakes?
Yeah, the stakes are incredibly high. If cybersecurity isn't taken seriously, the consequences can be massive.
Like what?
Well, first, sensitive information can get stolen. We're talking personal data, bank details, maybe your health records.
Yeah.
Or for businesses, their trade secrets, customer lists, that kind of thing. Then you've got ransomware.
Right, I've heard a lot about that. It's
Right.
very lock your files.
Exactly. They encrypt your data, lock up your systems, and basically hold them hostage until a ransom is paid. It can shut down entire organizations.
Wow.
And for those organizations, a big breach isn't just about the money, though that can be huge. It's also about reputation. Trust is lost. Sometimes that damage is almost impossible to repair.
So it's like a systemic risk, you're saying. It affects everything.
Precisely. It's not just an IT problem. It's a business risk, a personal risk, even a societal risk in some cases.
Okay, that really brings it home. These aren't just like abstract threats then.
Not at all.
So let's look at some real-world examples from our source material. These recent attacks from 2024, 2025 really show these threats in action.
Yeah, and what's striking is how often they're happening now and how sophisticated they're becoming.
And the variety too, right? It's not just one type of attack.
Exactly. The targets vary, the methods vary. It keeps defenders on their toes constantly.
Okay, let's start with one that really caused chaos in the U.S. healthcare system. The Change Healthcare ransomware attack. That was February 2024.
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
Can you tell us a bit about that? It wasn't just a minor glitch. It stopped payments for hospitals, pharmacies.
Right. Change Healthcare is a massive payment processor. So when they got hit, the ripple effect was enormous. Prescriptions couldn't be filled easily. Hospitals struggled with billing.
And who was behind it? What kind of attack was it?
The group identified was ALPHV, also known as Black Cat. They're a major ransomware gang.
So ransomware again. They locked the systems.
They did. It was a ransomware attack, pure and simple in terms of the main impact. They locked down critical systems, demanding payment. This goes right back to that threat of holding digital assets hostage, crippling essential services.
Okay, now shifting gears a bit. Different motivation. In March 2024, several Indian government websites were defaced. This wasn't about money, was it?
No, this seemed politically motivated. The source mentions attacks by pro-Pakistan hacker groups. This happened during a period of political tension.
And defaced just means they changed the website visually.
Yeah, basically graffiti online. They altered the public look of the sites, often putting up their own messages or symbols. It's a form of, like, digital protest or statement.
So this shows how cyber attacks mix with global politics, right?
Absolutely. It highlights how cyber threats can be used as a tool in geopolitical conflicts, or at least to signal discontent or make a statement. It's not always about financial gain.
That's a really important mention. Okay, moving to May 2024, the United Health cyber attack. This one felt very personal because hackers got access to a ton of patient data.
Yes, this was another major blow to healthcare data security in the U.S. A huge volume of patient information was potentially compromised.
What was the impact there?
Well, it created a nationwide crisis, essentially. Millions of people, sensitive health information potentially exposed. It really underscores that threat of personal data theft we talked about, but on a massive scale.
Yeah, that's scary stuff. And one more example. The Nissan North America data breach in 2024. Thousands of customers affected there too. What happened in that case?
Right, so Nissan reported a breach affecting customer data. But what's interesting, or maybe revealing, is the cause mentioned.
What was it? Not ransomware this time.
No, according to the source, it was related to misconfigured third-party software. So not necessarily a direct brute force hack on Nissan's main systems.
So a vulnerability came from software they use, but maybe didn't develop themselves.
Exactly. It shows that security risks don't always come from sophisticated malware. Sometimes it's a simple oversight, a misconfiguration, maybe in a tool provided by an outside vendor.
That's a key point. Your security is only as strong as the weakest link, even if that link is external.
Precisely. It highlights the importance of managing supply chain risk, understanding the security of the tools and services you rely on. Even a seemingly small error can open a door.
So we've looked at ransomware, crippling healthcare payments, politically motivated defacements, massive patient data theft, and breaches through third-party software. Quite a range.
It really is.
So looking across these incidents from 2024 to 2025, what's the big takeaway? What should you be thinking about now?
Well, I think the main takeaway is just how essential cybersecurity is for everyone, individuals, businesses, governments. It's not optional anymore.
Right.
And these attacks show they're getting more frequent, more complex. The attack surface, as we call it, is huge and interconnected.
So staying updated, investing in security, it's just baseline now.
It has to be. It's about building resilience, understanding that the threats are dynamic and widespread. From your personal accounts to national infrastructure, protection is key.
That actually leads perfectly into a final thought for you, the listener. Given everything we've just discussed, these complex attacks, the evolving threats, how might our very definition of protection need to change? Is just trying to stop attacks enough anymore? Or do individuals and organizations need to think more about, say, resilience? How fast can we recover when something inevitably gets through?
That's a really critical question, and maybe to build on that, if we see cybersecurity as this constant race against attackers who are getting faster and smarter, are we as a society actually keeping pace? Or are we always reacting, always a step behind? Does that mean we need a fundamental shift? Less focus purely on prevention, maybe, and more on super fast detection and response and, as you said, resilience? Something to really think about.